The Columbia Valley AVA is very interesting geologically. It's been influenced by a number of events throughout the history of the region. Primarily volcanic activity. A number of volcanic eruptions helped form the Columbia Valley Plateau. And then the Missoula floods also impacted the area by depositing a rich amount of sediment in the area. And then lastly, the rise of the Cascade Mountains has created a very dry climate on the east side of the Cascades. All of these factors have combined to create a very interesting growing region.
We've been using the slogan, "Wine is born between heaven and earth" for this brand, which we think is appropriate when you think about a wine region like Washington. The soil, the climate, and the marriage of all those things that creates this terroir that's got this great reputation for high-quality Bordeaux varieties.
The climate of the Columbia Valley AVA is characterized by long, hot, dry summers and cold winters. You really can push hang time on these varieties, which is very important. The soils are characterized by high sand content, low water holding capacity, and low organic matter.
As far as the vintage, 2017, known as a great vintage in Washington. I think it was a late bud break, but other than that, fairly typical growing conditions. One of the unique things about the vintage was how cool the fall was. So it pushed harvest in some sites into November in some cases. And that can be a really good thing in Washington, in that you're able to keep the fruit on the vine longer. So rather than the grapes getting overripe, we were able to develop a lot of complexity in the wines, and due to the cool late harvest. As far as the varietal breakdown on the next red blend, we are roughly 40% Syrah, 40% Merlot, and 20% Cabernet Sauvignon. We really like that varietal mix for red blends. You know, the Syrah can give you this really bright blueberry. The Merlot, which is known for richness and dark fruit, can give you these really kind of earthen plum notes. And the Cabernet is the backbone. It's where you get your tannin and your structure. And the combination of all those elements can create an excellent wine. You've got the fruit, but also the structure to go with it. And you know, it's easy drinking at the same time. It's a very serious wine, a very food-friendly wine. So we're really mindful of extraction as we ferment the wines. And then as far as the barrel regimen, it's about 25% new, French and American. We want the oak to show, but we don't want it to overwhelm the wine either. It's a nice nose, some dark fruit, a little blueberry and blackberry. Some nice richness on the palate. You got more of that blueberry and cocoa. Got just enough tannin in there from the cab. Helps the finish on the wine out. I'd say great structure, but also really nice fruit.
The 2017 Red Blend is a culmination of all of our efforts, both out in the vineyard and in the winery. We hope you enjoy this wine.
It was a fun project. You know, we're proud of the wine. It's approachable, but at the same time, it's a serious wine. And looking forward to getting it out there on the shelf and having people try it.